hot ass shirt just like my boy over here got.
Oh yeah, the
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Man,
I almost walked in with shorts on this
I don't
morning,
even
man.
have one, but that shirt is fire. Why don't I have one?
Get you one from Walmart.
there you go.
And then it makes you, you get into the argument sometimes of who's your favorite.
Mm.
Because
That's true.
everybody's
Who's your
wrapped up to one turtle.
Yeah,
Who is your favorite?
Mine's Leonardo.
Leonardo. I think Donatello for me.
Oh, Jabari.
Whoever had the pizza.
See, that's a
Mikey.
real answer.
Whoever had the pizza.
Michelangelo.
The best looking pizza in the history of like cartoons. Right?
Yeah.
no doubt.
It was always dripping.
Yeah,
that thing was
man.
always wet. Yeah, just falling off.
Yeah, whoever had the food, man. Whoever had the food, that's the best Ninja Turtle. I remember me and my son used to watch. He loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It was
Loved
formative for me. I enjoyed it because I was a little kung fu kid. I used to take kung fu and karate around that time when it first started. So you see yourself. But all little boys want to be ninjas anyway, right?
Straight up.
Now I could be a mutant ninja.
I used to nunchuck the heck out of stuff. Like I was
Ooh.
always that.
You were nice with 'em?
Yeah, man. And you knew you could take like the little like the cushion thing off.
Oh.
And they became really hard.
I did have, I had the ones with the little styrofoam.
Yeah. You slide up like, oh, you think I'm playing? Yeah. Think I'm playing?
Bring
Look at
it
you now. Well, no.
Start doing them on martial arts movies where you see somebody's lips moving and then you hear the audio later.
Yeah, the overdub.
Can I ruin something for y'all?
Yeah, go for it.
I want y'all to know that nunchaku are really a gardening tool.
That
Really?
works. That works.
Did y'all know that?
No.
Yeah. So it was used in Japan, Okinawa. It was used for you out there in the rice. You just chopping stuff down. That's what you use.
Okay.
That's what it was for
Well,
originally.
What was on the other end?
It
Because
was
I mean,
no,
if there's
exactly
nothing but
as
a
you
chain.
see it.
Really?
Yeah, and then they converted it to a self-defense tool.
Cause somebody ran up on somebody in the garden. They said, "What you think it is? You think it's sweet over here?
Yeah.
Because if you think it's sweet over here, I got something for
I
you.
tell you,
Come
Think
on
it's a
over
Yeah,
here.
game?
happened.
You think it's a game?
Reach your hand over here. Reach your hand over
I know
here.
exactly how it happened.
I wish you would.
I'm out there doing some yard work.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Straight up.
Wifey talking about I gotta come in the house, and then I break bad with her.
Okay.
And then she realized this gardening tool about to become the tool of
Straight
your
up.
demise.
All right.
But that's what had happened.
Hey, get your Tiger Woods
I
on,
understand
man.
what had happened. That's what
You
happened
learned the hard way,
in
dude.
feudal Japan.
He thought he was
A
good.
brother had to tell Big Mama,
Yeah.
you better take yourself right on back up in the house. That's what he had to say.
And she grabbed his tool and said, "I got something for you." You gonna either come in, you either coming in here voluntarily or involuntarily.
I see what you're saying. So it went the other way.
Oh, it's always because you'd be like, I got the upper hand. Then you put the tool down or the weapon in this case.
Jabari, what would happen if, like, you thought you had a thing, you were sitting on a thing, and you pull it out on somebody, and they take it from you and beat you with it?
Yeah.
Then you need to go back and work on your skills. There's nothing you should you shouldn't even be in that position if you cannot handle your nunchucks or whatever you got weapon wise. Then at some point you either they got way more skills than you, or you done messed up. You ain't studying enough.
You got too comfortable, man. Your
Okay.
grip was too comfortable. It was too relaxed. I think is the phrase.
Facts.
And they said, "Hey, you don't know how to hold that. Let me show you how to hold that. Now give me your money." You're like, "Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Let me try this again. Give it back,
Yeah.
please."
Let me school you real quick on how you supposed to use that.
I mean, it's kind of like you see sometimes in the movies, somebody come out, they got their little bow staff, and they like, but then what if you drop it? Because
Yeah.
you got to be nice with it.
Now they got it.
And sometimes, yeah.
That's when you got to do one of them swing kicks, don't you? One of them,
There we go.
Roundhouse.
yeah, exactly.
Kicking everybody.
Yeah, you gotta pull something else out the wheelhouse, out the martial arts wheelhouse, and come with it.
We was kicking everybody in the 90s.
This is true. And in the 70s too, when
Were
Bruce
y'all
Lee was
kicking
coming
people
out.
too?
Hey,
Everybody wanted to be Bruce
So
Lee.
you'd
though.
have a fight with somebody, and it would be like, "Oh yeah," and they'd be looking for your hands, like, "Surprise kick!" Because that happened to me. I remember I ran up. I did a sneak. Okay, so there was it called? We used to call it a club punch. It was a sneak punch or whatever it was. I did an attempted sneak kick. I remember in elementary. Like dude said something, I said, "Ooh," and I walked away. And he like went to do whatever, and I was like, "You don't see me coming out the bushes with a kick."
Wait, it don't count unless you do the hi-ya.
Yeah,
Man, knowing me, I
Did you
probably
make any
did.
sounds?
I probably did. I remember I just jumped. I just remember I was in the air, This is how I knew I had hops for a little bit. I jumped in the air, and I just remember everybody turning, going, "Oh my God, why are his feet in the air?" I was just like,
Oh my goodness.
sounded like you needed to say, "Oh, you get."
Yeah. I was gonna say you need to come with the Street Fighter.
Yeah.
The Ryu. Yeah. Nice. So how tall were you at that time?
I was already probably doing that sprout thing, so I was I might have been in my 5s already because I know I was, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
8. I was 8 or something like that when it happened.
Oh, really?
So I was already becoming that big, like, husky kid or whatever. So I don't know. I just know that at some point when I jumped, I could just see everybody looking, going, I didn't know that was an option. Like, everybody was looking. I think I might have, like, enlightened some people. Like, so there's some people that do martial arts now because of that moment. You're welcome. They're like, wow, we don't have to just use our hands. And I was in the air, like, at a second, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be up here. And then the other guy was this look of panic and terror. He's like, why is he in there?
Why is he midair? Yeah.
Surprise!
Nice.
Surprise uppercut! No.
What did we get to though? Did we get to the? Did anybody ever get? Because you sounds like you were nice with the nunchuck.
Yeah.
If you became nice with it, with your agricultural tool. I done ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, you didn't mess it up. But
Look,
go
if
ahead.
y'all need to thresh some grain. This the tool. It's a double usage tool.
I just could imagine like the guys in Texas A&M using this nunchuck thing. They're just up there, and then like a dude in Texas comes running up on him. UT, and he just starts whipping the nunchuck and stuff. He's like, you know what? You got it. All right. Sorry about that.
Right, because A&M is an agricultural school.
That's what I'm saying. So they got nunchucks, the A and the M. You know?
Nice.
When you get your syllabus when that class start, these are the things you're gonna need.
Exactly.
Nunchucks. Wait, what?
Yep.
Yo, this is awesome.
Go to the bookstore
That
and get
kid is losing
nunchucks.
his mind.
Yep. Go to the bookstore and get a bunch of nunchucks. That's crazy. 738 here on 88.7 FM KAZI. We are the morning grind. Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, Simply Courtney. We are in the building till 10 o'clock. Hang out with us, y'all. Be sure to drop by our website. It is KAZIFM.org. Lots of good information on there. Go by. Don't forget to get the TuneIn app for your mobile devices, smart TVs, etc., etc., etc. KAZI, yes. Dropping Biggie right at the end to save the best for last. He really, really did. What's up, y'all? Your boy Jabari Warfield in the building. Dab Dub, Simply Courtney in the building. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. What's up, fellas?
Man,
What's going on? Yes.
A lot of weekend.
Yeah.
I know. What is this? This is Wednesday. It was a lot of weekend.
Yeah,
A
All
lot
I'm
of
gonna
weekend.
say.
How much weekend was it?
Man, a lot. I'm still like, I'm gonna talk about it. I don't know if y'all are, but that whole, what is it now? Is Drake versus, I'm running out of like
What's
list of-
beef?
It's Drake versus
It's
the
beef.
world right
It
about
just
now. Right?
pretty much, because I keep going, oh yeah, that's right. Me and my daughter are talking about it. Like, we actually text back and forth on it. And she keeps asking me like, well, what happened? Why did this happen? Why is this starting? And I keep like having to like come up with more origin stories of, okay, so Drake made this person mad because they did this, and Drake made this person mad because they did, and this person, they used to win together, and then a lot of these people got songs with them. And it's like, well, don't they have a song together? I was like, yeah, but I guess now they're mad at each other.
Yeah. It's, you know what it is? It's, here's the thing. It's part of it. It's part of hip hop from the culture. Yeah. Remember, hip hop's got 50 years on it now.
Okay.
And it's part of the culture. LL Cool J back in the day had beef with everybody. LL had beef with Kool Moe Dee. He had beef with Ice-T.
Dang.
I think I can't remember who else he did. But you know what? Here's the thing about the beefs. It's one of those things where, like, if you went to a battle rap show, right?
Yep.
And dudes is battle rapping, or even chicks is battle rapping, like Roxanne Shante back in the day, man. Roxanne Shante took dudes out because she came in there. She was a little bitty thing. Nobody thought, it was like, okay, what's this girl doing on stage? And she went ahead and blew their dreads off, right? As they was done. That's part of hip hop. That's part of the culture. Is not necessarily the beefs. It's just kind of the battle back and forth. Now the world's changed a little bit more. Social media is out. Everybody's looking for for what's going on their phones. So it wouldn't just make sense to just do like a versus kind of thing, right? It's like, put the song out, watch it blow up, watch everybody, check it out and see who's up. And the cool thing about it is, is it stays on the recording. It doesn't go out, doesn't spill out into the street. Unfortunately, I heard Drake's security guard had gotten shot or something like that. That's what I'm hearing.
I was wondering who got shot up.
Yeah,
They said it wasn't Drake. They said it wasn't Drake.
No, it wasn't Drake. It was his security guard, which makes absolutely no sense. There's no reason to elevate it up to that level because it's not that serious. It's entertainment. It's
entertainment.
It's ridiculous. So there you go.
I like the beef. I like, for instance, is it not exciting that the acclaimed producer Metro Boomin came out with a diss track?
Just the track.
An instrumental.
Just the track.
And he went to his X account and he said, best verse over this beat.
Free beat.
Gets a free beat. Just upload your song and hashtag BBL Drizzy.
BBL.
That is the
Giveaway.
funniest.
Whoa.
It's the funniest thing.
It's great. Like, that's exciting too, because now we get all this. So if you're a rapper, and y'all know I used to do my thing there, like, this is exciting for all of us. Maybe we weren't bought in, but now it's like, oh, hey, hold on, man. I'd like to compete in that. I'd like to give it. So I like that excitement as well. And oh, by the way, this is life, right?
Yep.
Like, what did Drake expect? If you say, like, I think you said, Jabbar, is Drake versus everybody?
Right.
Bruh, if you're going to do that, like, you could have kept it to one person, but if you're going to start naming everybody, then you got to deal with that smoke.
You got to deal with everybody.
From everybody. Or learn your lesson.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't want to. I don't feel bad. What do you thought somebody was going to let you diss them and not come back?
I know.
So you got to deal with it and keep dealing with it.
Exactly.
Until it's done.
But that is such a big part of that track. Metro, such a next to drum. I was like, it was popular, and then that freaking. I don't even know what part of the song to do, but that "Not Like Us," man, that thing going.
Yeah.
That one is.
I mean, Rick Ross started the BBL Drizzy.
Okay.
Because he's the one that did that on his song, his diss, Champagne Moments. And that is the one for me, BBL.
Yeah.
Because once you bring that up, and I don't know what happened to Rick Ross. I thought maybe he lost all that weight by working out. Or did he get a BBL?
Pears.
I'm not looking.
Can he call the BBL to Drizzy? But Drizzy is the most famous one. Everyone's making fun of him because all of a sudden he had a body shot, a body type change. He lost some weight.
Yeah, he did. He cut down big time.
Yeah.
He cut it because he was a big boy for a minute.
Rather quickly.
Yeah, he was a big boy for a hot second.
That is hilarious. I think that's all fun.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
So already thousands of people from across the globe have already jumped on the beat giveaway that Metro Boomin has done on social media and on the SoundCloud platform. So when you think about all that, it's kind of exciting. That's kind of cool.
It gets better too, because we're talking about this whole social media stuff and experience and all that.
Yeah.
Do you know Kendrick Lamar? And I don't know if it's every song, but I know it's certain songs. He has went on there and he's like, I don't know if you demonetized or de-copyright, whatever it is.
He released all copyrights from content creators.
Yeah.
Videos.
Yep.
This allows them to make money from their content.
Yeah.
And is that the greatest thing any artist has ever done?
Yeah.
In the name of music?
That's pretty cool.
I mean,
that's really cool.
That is pretty. Even if you weren't, just all the content creators, you're always trying to tiptoe around
because you know it's
what
coming.
You can use for when it comes to copyrights. And he said, "Nah, I want y'all to use my stuff."
Yep.
He's winning.
That's a big win because
It's
going to make the stuff stay up. And I saw that. I was like, dude, that means that now that content doesn't get struck. Which a lot of times when our stuff gets silenced, we just delete it or we redo it, just change it. It allows that to live in infamy. It's like, there's some people that might make a diss and make it a hit. These guys, they've made dishes and let them be movements. And
right.
Yeah. He said it's not about the money.
No.
Kendrick Lamar said it's not about the money at this point. I'm going to let y'all get y'all's bread, but you could use my work.
Yeah.
And that means we will keep using your name. He will live on, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Even though he's not making that money, we still talk about him, right?
Exactly.
What do the public affairs people say? There's no press. There's no
There's
bad
no
press.
bad press or good press. There's just press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's did that, man. I saw somebody say, he's probably about to drop an album. I hope he does, because like with Cat Williams, when he did what he did and also went on tour, I thought that was beautiful.
Yep.
Now I have heard some talks about, and I don't judge anybody because I'm not nearly there to do that, but just what I've seen, they're talking about the special or whatnot, it's live, so it is still considered a special on Netflix. That it wasn't all of that, and it's just interesting to see that. But I'm still on the whole line of, once again, there's no such thing as good press,
Right.
or bad press. It's just press.
It's just press.
And so I'm like, man, they talking about it though.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
I
sure.
didn't know about it.
Yeah,
until
get
they
a
talked
minute.
about it.
We're gonna take a break in just a sec. So hold that thought, my brother.
We everywhere today.
We everywhere on this one. We're gonna come back with that. Brian, my name is Jabari. This is just something a little something we like to do in the morning, riding with you as you get ready to do your thing. Dab Dub and Simply Courtney also in the building. What's up, fellas?
Man, we trying to break y'all up. We trying to make sure y'all have a good morning. Whether you are on the way to work, whether you're already at work, I mean, you deserve to smile. You deserve to giggle.
And
Be
you deserve
informed.
coffee. And you deserve
The
coffee.
last thing you really want to do is have all that interaction with that joker to your left or to your right. So just keep them headphones in, keep listening to us. We got you.
Ignore those people.
And then,
Just ignore them.
and then later on, about 9 o'clock, we'll judge you. We'll start talking about you and your little antisocial self. But right now, you just got to work. You got to stay in your little groove. Okay. Get your stuff settled. You know, go get your yogurt. Go put it in the fridge. Get that sandwich you made. You forgot the You forgot the mayonnaise though. You forgot the mayonnaise. You don't mess that up. But yeah, go put it in the fridge and have a great day.
And it'll be there when you come back for lunch, I promise.
Oh, ain't nobody stealing that one.
Nobody's know because you wrote your name on top of it.
Keep it dry.
Y'all had that meeting. Y'all had the sternly worded email. To whom it may concern, please stop eating people's food. If you did not bring food, then it's not your food.
I have never
Accidentally
eaten someone else's food.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
never.
I accidentally ate somebody's breakfast once.
Did you really?
Come on, big man.
Listen, hold on now. I mean, it was a mistake, but hey, bro, man, gotta eat, man.
I was just making some
No,
sandwiches.
come on, son. Did you really?
It wasn't on purpose. It was like, I think I either thought that I had left something. I think I thought I had left something the day before. And so it was a day where I showed up going, oh, yeah, I got my such and such in here, right? And then that was a lie. All right, so I was hungry, right? And I was like, yo, man, if this thing is in here tomorrow, I'm eating it. And so I took what somebody else was plotting on. They were a day ahead. I thought I was a day ahead. And I was like, well, yo, ain't nobody touched this sandwich and it is wrapped tight. I think I'm taking this. God. And so I took it, and I'm telling you, without, like, we didn't make it an hour.
Wow.
Yo, where my beep,
Courtney,
sandwich at?
you ate my sandwich.
Yeah, man. I had to
That
take
ain't
it for
cool,
the team.
bro.
I had to take it for the team. I said, yo, he heated back there. I probably should just fess up. Because I could have been like, man, who did that? But I was like, you know what, man? Nah, I made that mistake. That's on me. And I was like, hey, man, hey, Jeff. I said his name. Jeff, my bad, man. No, man. I was like, hey, man, I got you. I'm finna go out on route. I got you. I'll bring you back some. When I tell y'all, I could not find the sandwich that I ate ever again. I'm talking about that was a phantom sandwich, bro. I don't know what kind of sandwich it was, but Jeff was mad. I couldn't find the sandwich. I've never seen that sandwich again. And so I bought him some other stuff, right? It's like if you steal somebody's Gucci bag and then like they're like, yo, man, you need to give me my stuff back. I can't give you your Gucci bag back, but I give you something close. And I show up with a Nike bag instead. That's pretty much what he felt with that sandwich.
Yeah,
He's like, this ain't even the sandwich I got. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Hey, were y'all down in the basement, first floor, second floor? Where were y'all?
Nah,
at?
we were in a pretty much a warehause. I
So
did one of those warehouse
first floor?
gigs. Yeah.
You still bruh man from the first floor, though.
I was.
Either way, it's still the same.
Come up walking in there, yeah. Just wanted to use the shower. See, that's a little scary, bro. I thought we could trust you. I ain't
no.
bringing no sandwiches up here at all.
Dude. Because if I'm hungry, dude, it's on, man. It's on and popping.
It's
But
on.
isn't that your fault?
That is my fault.
And you have to take those consequences.
Right. I've learned now. I say don't.
It
just
don't
go
sound
up
like
in
it.
there.
Jabari, did he confuse you?
You know what?
Because I'm confused.
You know
it
what?
sounds like he knew he did wrong.
I did.
But it doesn't sound like it won't happen again. So I'm confused.
You ain't mad. You just mad you got caught.
yeah, exactly. You're not mad. You mad you got caught. Busted.
There's a little bit of that.
Man, you still, I got nothing but love for you, man. You steal my sandwiches on site.
He kept it 100. He said, yo, man, we cool now. Still my sandwich on site.
It's on site. Unless it's half. If they cut it in half, you won't have. Cool. I'll break
You
you
live
off.
with the
Yeah.
I'm so confused now. Jabari, now you confusing me.
Where's that?
Jabari, you're somebody's father. You're a role model. Are you saying you would pull out the nunchucks
It's-
over a sandwich?
It's on site.
God.
He is not wavered. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not wavered. When I tell y'all the conviction this man is speaking,
I know.
It's not even I might.
Jabari, who hurt you? When you all right, brother?
I've
You
been
want to
hurt,
step
man.
outside,
I've been
take a smoke break?
I've been hurt deep down
said
in my
a
soul,
sandwich.
man. In my soul.
No, but it's the principle though.
No,
and it's the disrespect.
And of course, now
And now
I'm kidding.
brother got to get checked. Nope, you got to get checked.
I think that's real. Because if you come in that joint, your lunch ain't but
They gonna keep doing it.
that part you got to let them know.
You got to.
You know what, Jeff? When he did that, it made me a better person. I never did it again.
Wait a minute.
I never did it
I don't
again.
think it has made you a better person.
I ain't did it. I'm just saying, like I did
if
do it
given
though.
the opportunity,
I probably would do it
there
again.
it is.
Like, did you do it though? I did do it. Okay, I'm not saying I didn't do it. What I'm saying is, listen. What I'm saying
Morning
is,
grind. We out here. We helped Jabari first realize there was a problem with him and his coffee, and now we've let you come to a point to realize that you may have a problem of sandwich stealing. You hamburglar.
hey man, sometimes you just see the sandwich and you just want to take it. I didn't know what I did at the time, but I did it. And now I apologize for what I've
You
done.
did.
Right. You ain't got no allergies though, do you? Like food allergies?
I don't.
Really?
So everything's on.
It don't sound like he
is
cared,
everything's-
Jabari.
I guess.
Ain't nothing. Listen. Oh, this one got peanuts in it. I like peanuts. Oh my god, this
Right
made
now
some
he do.
pecans. But right now, though, it's every 7 years stuff changes. So maybe I have something coming. But no, I'm good.
Okay, cool. 'Cause like,
Jeff.
Like I have an allergy to avocados.
Really?
Oh.
I have an allergy to avocados and Alfredo sauce. I can't touch
Dang.
them.
Those two things right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dang.
Either one of them. You want to mess? You want me isolated for about 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Talking about yeah.
Yeah.
You put some. Give me something with some avocado in it. I'm done.
So
I'm
you gotta-
absolutely done.
You got to watch out for people, man.
So
Yeah,
that,
man.
that brother passing the chips and salsa to the left.
Straight
They
up.
don't need
No, the
stop
salsa-
in front of Jabari.
The salsa I can handle. It's the guacamole I can't.
No, that's fine.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, send it this way.
Right.
Because I never get enough anyway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Pass that right on past Jabari. Oh, you only got to offer that to him. Don't worry about it. I got it.
you take it for everybody.
I'm going to take it. Gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say? We talked last week about petty.
Mm-hmm.
What about get back? Y'all want to talk about a little get back?
Sure, go for
Go
it.
for it.
According to the Instagram site Images You Won't See on TV, after leaving a bad review, a superhost of an Airbnb sent a security camera image to the man's wife of him with another woman.
Whoa.
Yeah. So a spat between an Airbnb host and a married guest landed. So this went to court after the host emailed that photo of the man with another woman to his wife. His name is Sean Mackey from Mississippi. He's suing the Airbnb and that superhost, Pamela Fowler, for creating the fiasco and the damage caused to his marriage.
Good. As you should. That's
Fellas.
wild, man.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
can't.
crazy.
But you can't be messing with people's business. You messing with my money, you give me a 1 star.
Yeah.
Especially if
Okay.
we're not gonna talk about it. Like most, she's a super host, which that's you to get that status. Some people have to be happy,
Right.
And most super hosts will say, "Hey, if there's any problems, reach out to me, bro. You could have reached out to me before you gave me that 1 star, so I'm gonna get you back."
But man, that's woo.
That's a serious get back.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing these days, man. You can't. You cannot slip. You can get your car can be tracked.
Yeah.
Somebody throw a air tag in your purse or
Yep.
your pocket and you don't know it.
Yep.
You're done that way. Yeah, man. You're nah. You can't be. You gotta be cool with it.
So, here's my question, fellas.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it Pamela's fault though that you out here cheating?
Man, I'm torn
Because you just said you're not mad that you did it. You mad that you got caught.
Right. Man, listen, as a person that gets the whole business side of the thing,
Yeah.
I'm getting you. But as that is wild.
You messing with my
That's
money, my
crazy.
rating.
I see, I understand where she came from. Can I blame her? No, I guess. That's messed up. I'm still like, as the fella in me is like, that's messed up. But then the person with the whole business part, I'm like, hey, you get what you get, you know?
Jabari, 512-836-2887.
found
Everyone
it.
says you're supposed to take the high road,
Yeah.
but we not all are as evolved as that.
What if there ain't no
Some
high
of
road?
us, you punch me, I'm gonna punch you back. You smack me, I'm gonna
I'll
smack you back. I mean, I teach my kids all the time. My mid kid, she only 3, but every time she walk up and punch me in the stomach, I punch her right back. And I always say, you can't hit somebody without expecting them to hit you back. I'm trying to teach her that lesson.
Yeah.
But that's this lesson, and somebody ain't taught you that lesson. You just can't be out here. What we said, Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talking about the beef. This is all related.
Yeah.
What you say behind those keyboards or behind your little smartphone.
Yeah.
Would you say it to somebody's face?
No, you got to be careful because these days, we're still coming. We are off of the pandemic, but that I think that thing did such a number on us, and we're so stressed out and so eager to react. That's why we're seeing all this stuff going on in the street. People get in fights and all this other stuff. Man, you gotta be smarter. You really gotta be smarter. You gotta be more careful.
I feel bad for him, but at the same time, when I know what it is to deal with people's opinions potentially messing with your dollars.
Yeah.
And so to see something like that happen, that sucks. And then to think about, well, how you think they feel if I could do anything to get them back. And then they're like, ooh, I found something. In that moment, you just like.
I'm going to tell you, if I have one of those doorbell cameras or cameras in the house, what you do in that house, you better think twice about it.
Yeah.
Blackmail.
Yeah.
If for no other reason, you should be thinking of the blackmail effect nowadays when it comes to you and your side piece.
Yeah, you do. You got to watch out. That African American male or something else, boy.
Man,
Watch yourself.
telling you, man.
Watch yourself. Let's go to the phone. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. You on the air?
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
We're good.
Yeah, I was calling about that. Yeah, I do an Airbnb. All she had to do was email him and ask if he can change the rating.
Oh, so he can change
He
it?
went back there and changed the rating.
So
All
he
I
can,
had to do is ask if he can change the rating or what went wrong before he give me a 1-star.
so
you
you
The
can
whole video, to the wife, that's too much.
that's too much.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, that was over the top. That's way over the top.
No,
nigga.
it's not, Jabari.
That's over the
You
top.
don't get the right to tell me how I want to react. Am I right?
That's true.
Sir.
Okay.
I get to react whichever way I want to react. I might be an overreactor, but that's kind of, to my point, that's kind of your fault for pushing me, right? You don't know how people going to snap. What you say, you mess around and find out?
Said, all right, like you said, if we was in the street and I said something, sly to you, what you gonna do?
That's true.
Probably
Right, you gonna sit
try to
there?
use these hands.
Okay, but,
But you have the
That's
choice.
yours.
You have the choice. You have the choice of using hands or leaving it alone.
Right.
or talking it out.
Right.
But sir, everybody don't want to talk it out though. You know that though. And then you got to deal with it.
Yeah, I just think it's this whole little the online thing where you can say what you want to say with no repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And-
go ahead.
But to a certain extent, you went over the line, you crossed the line.
There you go.
I see both sides. of
Okay.
it.
So to your point, and thank you for listening. I'm gonna check one more little thing about that because now that it's going to court, there may be a little more detail. All right. So to your point, what if the brother ain't checking that email? Here's what I gotta tell you. He was out with his side thing, right? Do you think this is a burner email? Because I believe it. So he created it. He's got that account. He ain't checking it all the time. So when Pamela said, "Hey, bruh, change some things. Hey, bruh, change some things. Hey, bruh, change some things," how many emails you supposed to send and how long? Because every time that bad rating is out there, it's hurting Pamela. So she got to do what she got to do. Because this ain't the shared email with his wife. This ain't the email his wife got access to. Am I right? Can you see that part of it?
I can see that part of it. But then again, how did she get his wife's email?
No.
You got to do some digging.
Oh,
That's true.
no, a lot of ladies out here, because he might have checked in with his real name,
Yeah.
but a lot of ladies out here, they ain't hard to find.
No. I mean,
Her name could be the real Mrs. Simply Courtney.
And there's also, I think, I'm trying to remember Airbnb. I've only done it on the staying side. I haven't done it on the actual person that runs it side. But there are parts where you can use your social media handles and stuff like that. But yeah, if you got a person's face and you got enough of their name, it ain't hard to track that down. This person, I'm assuming, probably did some digging and then found him and then subsequently found his wife and said, "Ooh, here's a goodie. Here you go." That's tough. Jeez.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
Thanks,
You
man.
too. Peace.
That's wild.
But that is why he's taking it to court, because
Yeah.
he's saying invasion of privacy.
Right.
And to your point, all that's got to come up in court, because
Yeah.
now Pamela has got to say, all right, how'd you get all this info? How'd you find his wife? How'd you get the wife's email? And then,
he has to prove, I think, is it malice in the intent or whatnot? That maybe she purposely went there. I wonder if that's what his case is hinging on. But this is like where you're weighing it and you're trying to figure out, is it overkill or not? And I don't know.
Right, exactly. All right, let's take one more call. Good morning. You on the air. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. This is Poppy Cannon.
What's
What
going
up,
on, bro?
man?
what's up?
Oh man, yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to comment real quick. This guy, he couldn't have been black.
Oh, wait, hold on now.
Do
Wait,
elaborate.
tell us
my
why.
brother. Yeah, elaborate. Come on.
Because first of all, black men don't cheat.
There you go. That was it. That's it. That's the whole thing. All right, man. Thank you for calling in, dog. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, we're going to end on that note.
No, we playing. Go ahead, dog.
And second, we really don't do no Airbnbs to go out and do our dirt like that. We go to Motel 6, Super 8, our cousin house. We're not going to get no whole Airbnb.
Okay. What?
That's true. That's true.
Let me help.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's just, but he was wrong. He was wrong for that. He should have been. He should have been on his game. He shouldn't have gave that star. He should have just kept it low key. Don't start no problems.
All right.
But yeah, she got to do what she got to do for her business. Really.
Right. Exactly.
Go
Go ahead.
all right. So let me drop some things here then. His name is Sean with a W. SHAWN. Sean. So where you going there? You still gonna stick to he ain't a brother?
I'm still sticking to it. We got
Okay.
Shawn Michaels. He just,
Okay.
Well
All right. Okay.
Well done.
All right.
sir.
How about
All
this?
right.
How about this? So after this was all done, Pamela sent him a bill of $960, an amount that included $160 fine for 4 extra guests, $500 for violating the 2 houses rules, and $300 stemming related to the moderation of his negative review. Now,
golly,
I know.
Extra guests we had, but we had a Diddy party or something.
that's what I'm saying. Hey,
No Diddy.
Diddy, a brother.
No Diddy.
So again, now when you hear the crimes, you still want to say maybe that wasn't a brother?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds like us right there.
I'm just saying. I mean, we sneaking people in. We got
Really
cousins.
are.
We got everybody rolling through. Hey, man, I got this spot. Y'all need to roll through. Hey, y'all
Yeah,
know
that
me.
just sound
That's
like
how
that.
Sean do. What? Hey,
Barbs.
what do you say, sir? What do you say?
Yeah, that do sound like us.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Like Texas Relay Weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going over, yeah,
Yep. Bringing the barbecue pit and all of that, man. Yeah.
exactly.
You know how we get down. I appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
So,
sir.
let me tell y'all. According to the New York Post, that's how I got the info on the charges. Pam was in her bag, fellas. So she created a fake email, and it was called Sean69.
Oh no.
Okay, well, there you go.
And she sent it to his wife. And she said, "Hello, Sean. Hope you're well. Sorry it took so long to get the photos you requested together
No.
to show your stay at our home. But I had faith was driven by integrity, so I committed to get these posted for you in Airbnb. Photo at 3:16 a.m. is especially notable. Should I forward the photos and videos to Teresa, or will you?" That went to Teresa.
Okay, no. See,
And then attached to the
bad.
message was the photograph depicting Sean in the company of another female, not his wife, taken by one of the cameras at Pam's Airbnb home.
That's messy.
And then Pam also allegedly threatened to put the videos on YouTube shortly because the files were too large to transmit via text. What?
That's crazy.
Okay, now this might be kind of leading towards extortion.
Oh, he got a
Pam
case.
ain't messing
that's
around.
extortion.
He got a case.
Pam
Yeah,
ain't
he has.
messing around.
He definitely has a case.
Yeah, that's extortion. That is crazy.
What is that? That intimidation thing or something like that?
Yeah,
That you can't
it's-
such and such via intimidation.
Yeah, it's an intimidation thing. I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. But yeah,
has a
something like
case.
that.
He
He's
has
got
a
a
case.
case.
So he did say, leading up to a lawsuit, he called it an extortion attempt. And again, I just want to go back to some of the stuff she put in the emails, yo. The shade she threw. Remember, Sean69 at Outlook.com. The body of the email included a screenshot of the guest of him with another woman. And then she said, I love your bag. Where'd you get it? the bag of them going into the house.
Wow,
Yo,
that's insane.
so he reached out to Airbnb and they were like, "Hey man, we ain't in it. So you gotta
My name
deal
is
with this
Bennett, we
yourself.
not in- yeah,
with-
exactly.
between her because, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. The moral of this story is don't do Motel 6 broiled into the Super Bowl of beef. In this corner, weighing what 205.
you mean after the surgery?
Ooh. Okay. Now see that was shade. I did not throw
Shade.
that.
Now we in the beef. Dang it,
It's
dang.
BBL.
It did just.
BBL, Drizzy.
He probably owns some properties here. He's Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, right?
Yeah.
He stops off.
He's
in there.
Not anymore.
He's definitely Houston though.
Yeah.
They
He stopped
or,
through
or,
there.
Or is
what
it-
Kendrick Lamar said, man. He said, "Yo, he wild, man. That Not Like Us song where he starts telling them about being a colonizer and that you run to Atlanta because you want some money. You don't even like those people."
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
like, man, this fun though. I like it.
Didn't get into something? I had my head in the clouds doing all kinds of stuff. Didn't get into something about saying Drake wasn't black or something like
Yeah.
that.
So Rick
Rick
Ross
Ross
said
started
it.
that.
Really?
Now Kendrick said we
Yeah.
don't want to hear you say the N word no more.
But for the record, though,
Yeah.
Drake came right back and said, "Man, you can't. First of all, don't get into the colorism or the authenticity of a person's blackness because you got a mixed queen." His words,
Straight up.
Because I don't like to say mixed, but hey, he said you got a high yellow light skinned thing that you call wifey yourself. So how
Right.
you gonna throw shade at me?
Yeah.
True.
Man, which is a good point. It's a
Very
valid
true.
point.
That's very true.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
we don't realize when we throwing stones from the top of the hill.
Yeah.
We don't realize what we're standing on, sitting on, or in
Straight
this
up.
case. So Kendrick is, I guess, in comparison to Drake, a darker fellow. So he could play that card. But who you associate with, who you with, the ladies you were seen with may say something else. That you have an affinity. I mean, he married that thing. So
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
So to that point, Simply Courtney, right now,
Yeah.
if you and insert very popular lady that doesn't look like you, let's just say Giselle Bundchen. You got Tom Brady's lady. You with her.
Yeah.
Now, although she's Brazilian, but stay with me here. We'll just say she's white, right?
Okay.
You with her.
Yeah.
But you come on these airways all the time. You so militant. You so pro-black.
Right. Dr.
But,
Umar
But then you
was
go
doing-
home to her.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's weird, man.
Can
Because
you do that?
I've seen that conversation come up. Can you be in a what's the phrasing you using again? So I don't be disrespectful.
What?
I'm gonna say interracial
Interracial
relationship.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
in an interracial relationship. Can you be pro-black? And to be honest with you, I think you can. Because
I
I think you
think-
can still love your blackness and be proud of your blackness.
You can.
even if you're not in a romantic relationship with blackness. But
There's a but. I know
but-
you got a but.
oh, absolutely, man. The but for me is, I think you can't speak on the relationship side of stuff.
Yes.
Now, if you want to speak on, like, I'm a black man, this is black man stuff, yada,
Yes,
yada, etc.
yes.
Yeah. But then if you start talking about this is how you keep a strong black relationship or a family going, that's when it can become dicey. Now, it's not saying that you have to have experience to have knowledge, because I don't think that's necessarily the case. You can study stuff and have certain amounts of, studying, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You have knowledge of things, but it would be hard for me to take that because I'm immediately going to look at, if you're telling me about how to do something,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at what qualifies you to tell me that.
If it's so easy,
Yeah.
why ain't you doing it?
That part.
What? So,
Right.
Jabari,
Okay.
it comes down to that point where if you're talking to somebody, you should be, when you're in this beef, let's beef on stuff you can't control, right? Look, Drake can't control his ethnicity,
No.
his makeup.
No.
He can't control that. So it's a moot point. There's nothing we can do about that. Whether he's light skinned, dark skinned, however he came out, because biology, there's people that's half and half, and they come out and they brown.
Yep.
They
True.
took that side.
True.
But so then Kendrick would then be technically, if his kids came out high yellow, as we say, if the kids come out high yellow, so you hating on your own kids, right?
Yep.
At some point, I think so. At some point,
Because
yeah.
what you're
And
saying about Drake kind of applies to your kids, which is
Right.
why you shouldn't be saying that. That's
well, you
that's all
shouldn't
I'm
be.
coming
You shouldn't be
from.
doing that to kids anyway. You don't want to give kids a colorism complex as it is, because the world's already going to battle. Go at them as it is. And if we're talking about, if I can interject real quick, if we're talking about, who you've been around, who you grew up with, Drake's uncle is Larry Graham, one of the baddest, blackest bass players ever. Okay, Larry. There's so many artists and so many songs that Larry Graham put together, and Drake was part of that growing up. He talks about being independent, but I mean, a lot of that, the influence is there. His uncle Larry Graham is one of the baddest bass players ever.
Yeah,
Prince.
that's his uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, Prince talked about Larry Graham. Prince took Larry Graham on tour. Okay, funk music would not sound the same had it not been for Larry Graham. All the stuff we bought, that was bought in the '70s, and even the way bass players play now. You ask any bass player, if they know about Larry Graham. If they don't, then they need to go back and check themselves. But I promise you, and so I think if you talk about growing up and being influenced by by the blackness, or influenced by the people you've been around or the sounds you've been around, there's no question about it. Yes, Drake's mom is white, but there's no question about it. The influence is definitely there.
That's right. They're half brothers. I'm trying to get that one right because I found that out the other day too. Yeah, so Dennis Graham, that's Drake's dad.
Right. Yep.
And then Larry Graham, they're half brothers. All right.
Right.
That's,
Well, that's
Go for it.
So for Jabari, did you know? Because I'm glad you went there for the bass player. But did you know one of the tracks? Because they came out like back to back,
Come on now.
to back. But
This finna be
Kendrick
good.
one of his diss tracks that he came out is called "Meet the Grams." He ain't messing around.
Why is he dragging the fam though?
Well, he specifically spoke to the dad and
Yeah.
to the mom in that.
Yep. And the son.
And he's talking about the son, and he's talking about because so allegedly, a lady had a kid by Drake, and Drake wanted nothing to do with any of that. And so once that news got out, Drake supposedly, changed it all up and then started trying to claim the kid.
Right, got his act together.
And now there's supposed to be another one out there, a girl, and it's the same thing. So in that, and people are gonna have to listen to this, but he's talking in those lyrics. Kendrick's talking to the dad. He's like, "Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor." Like, it's just
wow.
it's intense.
See, I would not put my family in it. I really, really, really wouldn't put my family. I mean, who was the one that exposed Drake and
Pusha T.
was it Pusha T?
Technically, it says
See,
Kanye West supposedly, or it was somebody else, but
Yeah.
they haven't ever gave who the actual leak was.
right. See, that to me, you leave kids out of it, you leave family out of it. Don't put no family in it, man, because you don't know who you could run up on. See, and that's the thing. If you talking about Dennis Graham, and Dennis Graham or somebody he knows walk up on you and give you a 2-piece and a biscuit with a drink, then you in trouble. You cannot blame anybody but yourself for running your mouth. I would not want that to happen, but I mean, that's, you leave family out of it, man.
And he didn't, because he directly addressed Dennis. One of the lines is, "You raised a horrible effing person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think ninjas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get man raped up in a cell for the rest of their life."
Why is he pulling Harvey Weinstein in it?
I know, he's
For
all the
real?
comparisons.
Drawing a comparison.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
like those are the family's in it. The Grams are in it.
So for me personally, when it comes to these things, because it happens in comedy,
Yeah.
I say everybody's on table. Everybody that touches you, that's around you, that's hung out with you, that's in an Instagram photo with you,
Right.
is on the table. And it sucks because, then they all of a sudden like, well, I don't want to defend myself with a comic or a rapper. I can't rap. Why? How do I defend myself? But It's just one of those things that I think that as long as you keep it to where you just talking, okay, I'm gonna call it this. You know how you say that you do the dozens, right?
Yeah, the dozens.
Your
yeah.
mama,
Oh.
your
Yeah,
daddy,
yeah,
your
yeah.
greasy
Oh,
granny.
you're right.
Yeah.
So that's what this is, in my opinion, when it comes to this battle
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Now, if you go up and actually run up on somebody, that's taking it a bit far. Me personally, you say about them, but you do nothing to them. You say about them, but you do nothing to them. And now this goes a step into that, okay, your girl cute. I'm going to go on Instagram. That's when you're going too far. Now, when
Sliding in DMs.
When you sliding in DMs.
Why'd you look at me when you said that? Why couldn't you look
Because I'm
at
just saying,
Jabari
listen,
and say
don't
that?
go on my girl Instagram. That's
Man.
$12,000 alpaca. You block that. Put the club soda on it. Take them sunglasses off, Simple Simon. But anyway,
Oh my
you
God.
just you keep it as I think you say, keep it on wax. If we rapping, we rapping. We ain't running up on. We ain't pulling up on. We ain't gotta fake it. If we see each other and all, and I don't like you, I'm gonna go to my section. You go to your section. That's fine. But when we rapping, we rapping.
Okay, the gentleman that called earlier,
Mm-hmm.
what did we say? Our actions and then their reactions,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So I like what you said there, though, because
Yeah.
you're right. When we play in the dozens, yeah, some people, they know they got a pocket full of your mama jokes, so
Yeah,
then
they
they go
do.
to it.
Yeah.
But we all know some people, they get lit. And they say, man, don't be talking about my mama.
That's
and then
real.
it changes. And you don't find that out until the moment. And then you like, okay, all right. When people separate y'all, do you stay on their mama or do you
Yeah.
go to somewhere else?
All right, so here's where it goes. You got to throw that one. You got to be like, all right, man, I'm going to lay off, man. I'm going to lay off. All right, then you go to the dad, then you go to them, talk about their puppy, and then when they really get you, you know what you do? You reach back in that back pocket for that Uno reverse.
Oh, you going back to your mama?
And everybody said, he's about to do it, isn't he? Oh, no. And you pull that thing out like you're playing spades, and they're like, oh, here it comes.
Slow motion.
Bam, yo
Throw
mama.
it
And then
down?
he loses it.
Yeah.
The crowd loses it.
Yeah.
He's trying to get you. See, you did it the right way. But if you just open up with that, man, don't do that.
It gets, okay,
Yeah.
so Jabari, if we're playing the dozens and I'm ripping you to shreds, are you embarrassed? And then what happens when you get embarrassed? And that's what it does. Sometimes when people can't handle the words, they want to fight.
Right. Right.
At first, it was all good. Jabari and I was going back and forth, and he had a little smile. Maybe if he even got a good one in, he was feeling himself till he realized, no, I'm built for this. And then I just start ripping into him, and now Jabari want to fight.
That's how you know you won.
And that's different. And that's how it doesn't stay on
That's
wax.
how you know
Right.
you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
you won.
That's true.
Because you're embarrassed. Because here's this. So that illegitimate girl, allegedly, here's the lyrics, Jabari. Because I think, Jabari, you haven't heard the Meet the Grams.
I haven't
right?
heard
so,
Meet the
So
Grams,
again,
no.
this is from Meet the Grams. Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much, but his music, yeah, that's for sure. He a narcissist, misogynist, live inside his songs. Tried destroying families rather than taking care of his own.
Nah,
then
too far.
Hey.
Too far. You involved in the
You got to
character.
swing. You got to
Too far.
swing on that
Yeah.
one.
Jabari ready to
Too far.
swing.
That's the swing. You know, listen.
Nah, too
Everybody
far.
has their level too, though. And once again, we talking about reactions. If you say that crazy thing that person said, don't say. You won. The crowd's like, yeah, oh my God. And then that dude is coming through with that surprise kick. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like he's jumping in the air and his foot is by your head, and you got to deal with it.
That's when you reach inside the refrigerator and find out your sandwich has been taken.
The whole
nice callback.
Not
That's
the
a
half
beautiful
sandwich, the
callback.
whole sandwich.
Sandwich.
Hey, you needed to see Jeff in that parking lot. You know that Simply Quarter, right?
Oh, listen, I know that man would have took me out. There was about I'm going to say about 30 seconds. That's about 30 seconds, man. I know for a fact if Jeff could have got to me, he would have did me in. And I'd have to just been like, I heard that one. That was me.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I think at some point, like I said, it's we've seen the beefs. We've heard it. You gotta listen to LL and
Cannabis?
Yeah. And let's talk about Ice Cube, No Vaseline.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
I just listened to that
diss
the other
records.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That one, Nas, Ether.
Ooh.
Those are some of the greatest diss records ever made. So beef is going to happen. Like I said, as long as it stays stays in the recording, that's cool. You take it to the streets. And here's the thing: the problem with taking it to the streets is that somebody that's not even involved
Always.
will mess up the whole thing for everybody.
Always.
Not even involved. They don't know Drake.
Nope.
They don't know Kendrick.
Nope.
They just woke up one day, listened to the song, and then they ran up on somebody who, like one person like the other, and the next thing you know, it's somebody's hurt.
They ain't never been in the Maybach. They
Okay.
ain't never been to the Fountain Blue.
Okay.
They ain't never been across the pond in the UK.
Preach,
and stuff.
son. Preach.
They ain't never did any of that, but they want to come out here and air it out, what they call air up the club or whatever it is. I'm like, stop.
Mess it up for everybody.
I really do hope we get some more music out of this. But I'm telling y'all, wouldn't it be the coldest tour ever?
Man,
Wouldn't that
woo.
be the coldest tour ever, though?
That would be an arena tour, bro. There wouldn't even be enough tickets to hold. They'd be adding dates. That would be an arena tour.
Yeah.
So-
for 2024 like you ain't never seen.
I'm curious though of y'all's opinion. Does the rap beef need to die?
No.
No, that's part of hip hop.
Because
Yes,
this is
yes.
what, but
That's part
this
of
is
hip-hop.
2024. Can I give y'all some lyrics that Uncle LL Cool J gave us against cannabis?
All right.
Y'all take a little bit of that.
Sure.
Don't ever open your mouth and mention my seed. Talking about my book you bought to read. You know you watch my sitcom Ninja, so stop that. Mad rapper, but now you turn mad actor. 49 pounds and you trying to be a mobster. And then again, one of the other things he said to cannabis was he said, "You're weak, Ninja. You about to die up in your sleep." There's some, it was pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
LL
it's-
was pretty aggressive with him in this. He made a lot of things. Duct taped your little for fronting. Look, LL used a lot of expletives in the original, not the radio version.
Right.
And so that was then, and it did escalate to that point that L had to give up his radio edit style and then dive in.
Straight up.
And we was okay with that.
Yeah.
So I just want to, I want some people who are prisoner of the moment to realize this ain't just like right now. Because that was what, early 2000?
Yeah, it was early 2000. Yeah.
98. Yeah.
I remember that.
So it ain't.
Sure. Well, but see, here's the thing about that is that it could be taken to the streets or it could stay on wax, right? Or stay on record. If for some crazy reason, let's just say hypothetically, L really wanted to go at this cat, right? And L's a big dude,
Yep.
man, all right? Let's just say he wanted to take it there. L has a woman by the name of Simone. And Simone has been with him since more or less the beginning of his career. So and he also has kids. They also have kids. So if he decided to step out or wanted to take it there, I'm sure she snatched his head and said, "Yo, this stays right here. It don't go anywhere else. Because without that, you can't get NCIS.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't host these shows.
Yep.
You ain't gonna make these tours and all the stuff you're doing with FUBU and everybody else.
Straight up.
That all gets dropped if things get out of hand.
Right.
Okay. So you keep it where it is. And Cannabis was a young cat, and he really didn't say anything. All he said to L was, "Yo, L, I see that mic on your arm. Let me borrow that." That was it. I thought it was a pretty dope line myself, but apparently L didn't.
I like 99% of your fans wear heels. I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
He had to defend himself, man. And
This is
I mean,
true.
They
He
kinda like
got
that.
him. He got him with that line where they were on that song together. Was it 769, whatever it was?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was. Something
And
like that.
Cannabis was up there just rapping, and then LL Cool J came at the end and said, "Oh, I'm not just rapping." And they was like, "Wait, what is he talking? Who's he talking about?" I think he's talking about somebody like a rapper. Maybe that was on this song already. Yeah, he was totally talking about the rapper that was on the song earlier.
Yeah, he did.
But go ahead and let him cook, though. I like where this is going. And it was a good song that I never knew was part of actual beef, because people just talk like that. When they're rapping, they talk about that bravado and I'm just that and blah, blah, blah. But then when you find out that there's an added level of actual discontent and disrespect happening, it makes it so much better.
It does.
And that's why I like it when these dudes make good songs, which I will be real with the Drake and the Kendrick. There have been some songs where I've been like, what the heck was that? There was the AI joint. I did not like that.
Tupac
and Snoop.
Yeah, see,
I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
That was. But then there's also, for me, Meet the Graham. I get it, and it was just him saying a lot of stuff, which I guess that's what it was. That put me to sleep.
yeah.
But that thing, was it Not Like Us? Woo!
I'm at the go.
Push-ups.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, I heard push-ups the other day.
Push-up was
Yeah,
going.
push-ups was
Push-up was
crazy.
going until that Not Like Us showed up. When that Not Like Us showed up,
Yep.
when Not Like Us showed up,
That was crazy.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm from Austin, Texas. I was sea-walking for a bit. I was sea-walking for a bit. Just for a bit, I had a little bop to my step. I was trying to get some chucks and some khakis. I wanted some khakis and some dickies. I wanted all
and
of
some
that.
lokes.
Yeah,
Get you some
man.
lokes. There you go. Matters, which is happening on June the 14th. You can get registered for that. And quick shout out to my boy Nook Turner. JumpOnItWeek.com coming up. It's going to be June 2nd through 9th. 30 plus events, all kinds of really cool folks coming through, including Nook himself. Once again, JumpOnItWeek.com. Get more information on that. Nook is the truth. Nook is definitely the truth.
Hey, he was just on a morning grind earlier this week, and
Nice.
for those who didn't know about him, it was a great opportunity to learn and to hear from him. So I hope they tune it in.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
This is the preeminent morning show here in
Yeah.
and around the world.
Are we beefing with other morning shows? Because I'm down.
Maybe after that?
Hey, we
after
the
what
best.
I just said.
Hey, yo, cuz, we the best, all right? We the
Breakfast
best.
Club, where you at?
Yeah, nothing.
Ricky Smiley, where you at?
Nothing.
I'm calling them out.
You,
What
you
they-
be pre-recording your
what they
stuff.
want, what they
we
want.
here live, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, coming after everybody.
Exactly. I would beef my boy Sandy and Trisha. They listen to me. They actually have their own morning show, but we cool though. I was
okay.
actually on their show. They actually had me on their morning show, so I might.
I
have
saw
to
the
have them
clip.
on. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sandy and I have known each other for a few years, and we worked for the same company for a while. And then like we lost touch, and I got out of radio, and then he got married, and then he got a daughter, and all this good stuff. And now they back on doing this thing. So lots of fun on that one. So, but yeah, actually he texted me. I was doing my jazz show. He texted me and said, "Don't make me come up there and show you how to do it." I'm like, "Excuse me."
There you go. Let's go. What you
He's
say
ready.
back?
He
What you
want
say
that
back?
smoke.
He
What
wanted
you say
that
back?
smoke.
Come on. What you say back?
You want that smoke? I said, "Come on."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
See,
said, "Come on, don't tell me what you gonna do. Show me what you
gon'
can
don't
do."
hide
Hide
what you
behind
can
Twitter
do.
fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling y'all, man.
You done got Jabari's reaction.
Yep.
It's gonna be he's gonna be Jabari versus Sandy and Trisha versus
Yeah.
the Sandy show. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be some online.
No,
Jazz
you ain't gonna be
battle.
you ain't gonna be by yourself, brother. You can be by yourself. You got Simply Courtney.
I'll show him. Hey,
See that?
I'll go get a recorder right now, homie. What's up? Let me at him. Let me at him.
What's good?
I'll play
they
that
good folks,
recorder,
man.
homie.
Yeah.
They good folks. It was a lot of fun, man.
You know, I always say though, we all could eat. And it's like when
yeah.
it comes to things like that, man, I would never. I would now, if somebody come off the side of their face, yes.
Yeah.
But people who ain't looking to catch us straight, I mean, they ain't nothing. There's no reason to do that. We all could eat.
Facts.
But some people, I don't hoop. I don't wear Nikes. But that don't mean that I have something against Nikes. There are people that love them.
Yeah.
You know, there's Puma, there's Reebok, there's differences, and that's okay. We all can get some of that. We all can be millionaires, billionaires.
Right,
There's
exactly.
plenty of people around this world. There's nothing wrong with variety and diversity.
I like
I
that.
ain't gonna never go against that.
Interesting that you brought that up. So I'm gonna pose a question, and I think this is because of the fact that the gentleman that is currently associated with Nike, Mr. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest of all time, if not arguably, but one of the greatest basketball players ever stepped on the court. Of course, that's up to your taste. Has, of course, an incredible relationship with Nike. We've been wearing Air Jordan everything.
Yes, sir.
Everything. There's Air Jordan coffee cups, T-shirts. I don't think it's coffee cup, but T-shirts, all kind of clothing and all of that. And even the Jordan brand back in the day and Jordan brand now is still doing their thing. One of the biggest arguments I think that's been happening is because of the fact that we've all been talking about helping out the black community, helping out the community itself. And I think Michael kind of pushed back on that a little bit. I think he kind of said, you know what, that's not my place to do that. Right? Mm-hmm. How, at some point, and the brother's got bazillions of dollars. Is that something that we could say, yes, is somebody like him not responsible, but should he contribute? should he help make this organization more profitable and help out kids? Because I'm sure there's a lot of kids who would like to go to school. There are a lot of people that would like to start businesses. And all they need is, 10, 20,000 or even the advice. Because, like Pitbull says, you ask for advice, you get money twice. Right? Because the advice is there. It's good to get the money, but if you can't handle money and put the money where it's supposed to be, it's going to be out of your hands in a hot minute. That bag will be gone, and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. But if you have the knowledge of business, then you can take that knowledge and take a little something and make it go big. So is somebody like Michael Jordan or Oprah or somebody like that, do they have a responsibility to us in a way to help get us there?
I say no. Going back to his track record, he says Republicans buy shoes too. And going back to the fact that it is not just black people that buy his shoes. They're universal. So what makes you say that you should have to help one group over another? Look, man, I know a guy that I served in the military, grew up on a Native American reservation.
Right.
And out in Montana. And some of the things that he said to me, but one of the things he told me was, you had a pair of Jordans there, you might as well have been walking around with gold bricks on your feet. That culturally, that it meant something.
Right.
And so it's not just for that community. So for him, I think I would support him if he says, man, I'm just gonna go off of economic idealism. I'm gonna help those that are in a lower economic state, whatever shade they come in, whatever ethnicity. And if that's where he was coming from versus just one group, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. Look, we all have different backgrounds. Eminem, we like his music, we like his rapping style, right?
Yes, we do.
Is it okay to call someone a wannabe? Because if you grew up in the hood and that's all you know, and everybody around you doesn't look like you, but you are one of them, you're not a wannabe. Like, you really are a product of that situation. So in that case, it's not just his fault that he is blue-eyed Eminem. He's one of them dudes from 8 Mile off of that street. His mom had him in that situation. But so if we go back to 8 Mile and we're going to give out everybody that lives in that trailer park, we're going to give them dollars, but if they black. So the people that the next door neighbors, because they white, they don't get it?
But, well, let me interject about that, because here's the thing about M. First of all, M is dope, okay? And M put in the work to be where he is.
Agreed.
And in addition to that, preceding M back in the day were the Beastie Boys.
Yep.
All three of them were white.
Yep.
We didn't even know they were white, because when you saw the cover of their album, it was an airplane with their name on the wing. Right. It was intentional.
Yeah.
But that's not unusual, because that happens on both black fronts and white fronts. Yeah. Same thing with Tina Marie. Tina Marie, one of the dopest vocalists ever.
Yeah.
And you saw the Wild and Peaceful album, and all you did was see the name of the album.
Yep.
And that was it. You put in the work that it takes to prove yourself, right? And especially M was born in a trailer park, and nobody knew who he was, and it was like it was a little skinny white kid in Detroit trying to come up, but he put in that work, and I would not even think about going up against that. He's a maniac on the mic. Yeah. He is maniacal with it. So I think at some point you put in that work, but you got to.
I don't think anybody wants to be held back. Just like we were saying when we were talking about Drake earlier, things that you can't control. So I don't, a blanket statement that just says just because Michael Jordan's black, that he should help only the black community. I don't know. I don't know how anybody can push that on him. There are a lot of people that are formative in your life. If his coach was a white coach and helped him become the superstar, the business acumen, the person that he is, who are we to say that he shouldn't try to help someone like that, an educator on an educator's salary? For all we know, that coach was poorer than poor, but
that's true.
Still showing up and giving love to his students, to his athletes. I don't know. I don't think that we should tell Oprah Jordan, or even Bezos how to spend their money.
Yeah, forced charity. I think forced charity.
Yeah.
Is always an interesting concept, and I see once again the merit of people saying, "Well, they came from that; they should reach back and help." But you never know what's really going on in a person's lives. They may not be in a position to reach out the way you want to. You might be like, "Oh yeah, they're a billionaire, but they only give a check for $20,000."
Yeah.
They got billions; they should be able to give more than that. And it's like, man,
Yeah.
First of all, when is enough? And two, you never know what a person has going on truly in their life.
that.
You just don't. I see it all the time when people are like, well, that wasn't enough. And I'm like, he gave though. Like for me personally, if I gave you $20,000, that might be all the $20,000 I got. For him, that's $20,000, but it's still $20,000. And that school that's getting it, I would hope to never see the situation where they're like, oh my God, you should have gave us more. I'm like, you got something.
Yeah.
You got something.
Yeah.
Might be $500. I've seen people holding big old checks up, and it's just $500 on
know.
there. And I've seen it before and going, I don't know if they needed to be that big. Maybe they could have did an intermediate size, you know? But
Right.
who am I to judge what that is? Because you never know. First of all, that's something that did not have to go. A donation did not have to go.
Yeah.
That's not. It's like, man, I'm about to say this on the air, but it is what it is. Tipping, we expect that. I feel like you should pay those people enough that they don't rely on
Exactly.
that tip. I still think that's the weirdest thing.
That's a business
You
owner choice.
Have to. Oh well, you only gonna make $3, but the tip will cover. And I'm like, well, what if the tip don't cover? I don't get to eat. I don't get to eat that week because
You should have been better.
Right.
Yeah, so I
Nah.
don't like that. I don't like that forced charity stuff. Forced charity, it's literally a gratuity. It's I'm grateful or I'm not. And so
Jabari, one of the things he just said is you don't know. So there's anonymous donors all the time.
Oh, sure.
And
sure.
maybe that's another reason why Jordan may be an
obviously.
anonymous donor to here, to there, to everywhere, because he knows he's going to be judged.
yep.
That's
Like
very
everybody
true.
want to spend your money, right? And they think you should spend. If you're not giving away $2 million every year, you wrong.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right.
And
That's
then
crazy.
if it's $2 million, if I've been giving away $2 million since the '80s, but now the $2 million don't go as long as it used to do when it back in the '80s, I'm supposed to escalate. Like maybe I'm supposed to give rise with inflation. No, see now you telling me how to spend my money.
See, that's the tough one because
Yeah.
then you got people wanting you to do that, and you do that for 10 years, right? Every year you give 2. The appreciation that people gonna have for, let's say, year 1 and year 2, it's gonna be completely different by the time year 9 and 10 show up. I almost promise you, year 9 and 10, everybody, well, he just does that anymore. Like I don't
Yes.
care that. Oh my! Everybody going crazy. The first post has 100 million likes on it. By the time you get to that last one, they're gonna be like, oh, he does that. It's like it's just 2 million. It's like you couldn't do 3.
There's a lot of anonymous. Prince was a big anonymous donor.
I heard.
To I think he did a lot of donations to HBCUs. So there are a lot of folks. I mean, but you're right because I think Robert Smith, the billionaire who lives here, I think he canceled everybody's debt. I think he paid off everybody's debt in an HBCU graduation. And it's like it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. It was absolutely wonderful to see it. But not everybody. I think not everybody's comfortable. Like you guys have a good point. Not everybody's comfortable with saying, "Okay, I'm going to give this much money,"
Yes.
because you're going to be judged.
Yep.
You could wipe out all the student debt for every HBCU in Atlanta or everybody who goes to HT here. But at some point, it still may not be enough for 1 or 2 people, especially 1 or 2 people behind the keyboard.
And that could be the one that's the most vocal one. That the people that are happy, they don't be out there going everywhere saying, "Oh my God, I'm so happy."
Yeah.
They're just like, "Thank you so much," and then they're going about their life. You know those miserable people though?
Yeah.
You know how long those miserable people stay on that keyboard?
Yeah.
All day.
They go in, they answer every comment, every dissenting voice in their thread. They responding to, and they dumbing down, and they making memes and GIF, and they all of a sudden it's like you think, oh, everybody feels like that, and it's not everybody. It's just that negative dissenting voice is just a little bit louder and has more time on their hands. What did they say? The empty train vessel was it? What is
Squeaky
it?
wheel gets that grease.
But they say the one that's the loudest though. They say an empty train is louder than a full train.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I ain't heard
Indeed.
that one. You schooled me,
Yeah,
son.
yeah.
I'm just saying though.
No, you're right.
That's that
Be
you
loud.
guy stuff.
You're not
Loud.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Jabari, he's younger than you, Jabari,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's why you didn't hear about that one.
And
the,
that
the
means
phrase
what?
in your day was the wagon wheel.
You know what? You know
You
what?
see you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
The wagon wheel that
the wagon
squeaks the
wheel.
loudest is the one that needs the most oil. Don't roll off the tongue, but you get the sentiment.
Jabari got the Flintstone.
I
The
will-
Flintstone.
Oh, stop.
I will
joints back in
sideline
the-
this Google phone right into your head, messing with me.
Oh, Fred Flintstone watching Hanna Barbera living.
Don't be hating on Fred. Don't be hating on Fred. Fred got money.
Hey, Fred
Somebody
had it
named
all.
Hannah and Barbera's got
Yeah.
money
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. They sitting on the
Yeah.
coast talking about, ooh, look at
Hey,
the sunrise
hey.
on my beach house.
Fred had a house.
You did.
Fred had a car.
You did.
Fred's wife stayed fly.
With the
Didn't
pearls.
she-
Thank you.
Didn't she have white on and it was always white? It was never
Crispy.
tan. There was never an episode where his clothes were dirty, her clothes were dirty.
Dry cleaning
His
was on.
feet.
Yeah.
Did you ever see his nails in that cartoon? No. Kept a pedicure like
Yeah.
immaculate.
Yep.
Hey, he was rich. Now that I think about it,
Fred was bald, and he had a dog that was like big enough to eat everybody.
got the Rottweilers by
And he
the
had
door.
a saber tooth. Didn't he
Yep.
have a saber
He
tooth?
did.
Yeah, he did.
Saber
Because
tooth.
he
Put him
set
out
it
his
out
own
at
house.
night with the
and then
with
it
the
set
little-
him out his own house.
the little vassal of milk.
Thugging.
Can I ask
Fred
you
was
guys about something?
Yeah, you did. I tell you what,
Positivity.
let's take it. Hold that thought because we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
We're going to go to break, but yeah, definitely hold that thought. We're going to come back. This is a go to the phone. Good morning, y'all. And we'll try that one later on. Dab Dub Simply Courtney's in the building. We are talking about all kinds of interesting things, and one of those things we were talking about is we're just briefly touching on someone like Michael Jordan. Is he, or should he feed into the black community in terms of donations and helping folks out? And I mean, he either can or can't. It's his money. It's his prerogative. Or maybe he's doing it on the low. Of course, because sometimes things are better done on the low.
Yes.
Not everybody agrees with doing things on the low, because sometimes when we do things on the low, they're dirty.
We all don't want to be on Front Street.
This is true.
And then some of his business associates. Do you know how much of a stake he has in his shoes and other businesses? And so, how about this? Some of those businesses, like, bruh, you just gave away $1 million to those fools. Did you see? We're barely squeaking by over here. You could have gave us that,
Right.
and we could have had a 1 million profit. We're
We're
barely.
in Chicago. You were here all the time. We
Exactly.
supported you on your 6 or 7 championships that you got. We were here for all of those, and we were making banners and all that.
they
The least
don't
you could
wanna
do is
hear that.
give it back, give it to
Exactly. So Jabari, if you own 5 different businesses,
Okay.
and you got me running one, you got Courtney running one, and you got 3 other people running them, right? I'm out here hustling, and I'm doing pretty good, but we're just making it by. You're not losing money, so you let it go. You're letting it continue. You're getting some tax breaks and things like that, but
Right.
it's working good for you.
Right.
Courtney is doing pretty good, and he's making you money. And the other 3, they're okay, but Courtney's the big winner. You decide to give all of us $10,000 to help us out in the business. I know it could be a bigger amount, but let's just keep it low
Okay,
numbers.
okay.
$10,000, but you don't give it to Courtney. How you think Courtney feel?
Courtney's probably going to take my sandwich.
us. The whole
You're
sandwich.
threatening the whole sandwich.
Both sides.
Right.
Both sides.
So maybe you should have just done it on the down low, right?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, here's my thing. If that was the case, I would say, okay, cool. Everybody should get broke off. Period. If I can do it, yeah. I mean, if I couldn't do it, I would say, okay, let me take this 10 and make it a bonus and whatever that situation might be. But at some point, I'm not going to necessarily choose one or the other. Everybody's got to eat.
So
At some point,
when
everybody
it,
should
So
eat.
when it comes to that, if we're saying, so what cause is Michael Jordan supposed to support? He don't have limitless money. So
Right.
what blacks is he helping? What black entities? What black situations? Does he go pay for tuition? But if he does that, maybe he could have went and helped some schools, get some kids some shoes.
Right.
Or if he goes and gets some kids some shoes, maybe he could have helped another school that can barely keep their kids fed. Like,
Right.
no, some people will never be happy enough.
No.
And so you got to move in silence and violence. I'm sorry to mention that, but it rhymes. And that's, sometimes you got to do that.
It's hard because bro, he does shoes, right?
Yeah. Well, just all kinds of apparel. The whole thing.
But could you imagine he gives like this whole basketball team gets a pair of Jordans, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Do you know there would be some people in the comments if it was an Instagram post? They'd be like, well, how come he chose those Jordans?
Oh, sure.
He chose them because they're cheap. Oh, how come he only gave him one pair? He should have gave him a whole thing.
Should gave him a box.
He should have gave him a box. He could have gave him a box. And
Yeah.
people be like, well, he should have gave him shoes and shorts. And you know what? He should have actually took care of their scholarships. That's what really all he's doing is give.
Exactly.
I see these little things even with, and I know this is a sore subject. You're working at a place and they give you, for morale boost, they give you pizza.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they gave us pizza. They should have gave us raises. They don't want to give them raises. They just want to give them pizza. Then the people that don't get any kind of food are like, they give y'all pizza. What?
That literally happened.
There's different levels of love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at some point here's the thing. First of all, let's just agree that none of us, but not none of us, but us as people, we are not going to be satisfied with anything. We're always going to want more,
Yes.
or wish we had more, or desire more, or or need more sometimes. I think you never know how you can change somebody's life though. And you can change somebody's life with a little bit, or you can change somebody's life with a lot. And I think again, it's his money, it's his business, his priority to do whatever he wants to do with that. And especially for us in the Black community, we need that direction. I would love to meet somebody like him and say, okay, business-wise, what did you do? Because you can manufacture a product all day long, but if you're not doing the business right, that's a big thing. So that counts for a lot, I think, to meet somebody like him. And I think Dap and I were talking, and Dap, you saying you feel like he's an introvert, and I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That he is introverted. Let's go ahead and go to the phone. Good morning, caller. Uh-oh.
Oh, they getting mad. Hey,
Man, I'm not
that's because
catching no fish on this line.
they're
today.
Adidas fans. Like, so y'all talking about Nike too
Yeah,
much.
exactly. Yeah.
No, Jabari, what you said, I really like what you said about going forward and opportunities. There's always something out there. People always want more. I'm going to speak for Simply Courtney here and just say, you're right. There's always a sandwich in the fridge out there to be eaten.
Another fridge, another sandwich.
Yeah,
It's not in this one, it's
always-
another
It's going to be in somebody else's
Always
fridge.
one out there to be eaten.
I just think it's funny because, like, it's all charity, man.
Yes.
It's all charity. Like, listen.
But I didn't get that charity.
My
cousin didn't get that charity.
I get it.
Right.
I'd be
know?
mad.
Exactly. All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Uh-oh, hit the air horn, son. You know who it is. Yes, sir. DL, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing well. I was calling. I have a question for y'all this morning. I'm loving the topics that y'all are talking about,
Thank you.
but I got a topic, and I want to talk to the 3 dads that
Okay.
are present on today.
Okay.
On Monday here in my city, we had an incident that a preschooler brought a loaded gun to school.
Oh, my goodness.
Preschooler.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was found in the book bag at 2-something in the afternoon.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so please tell me nothing that nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but I guess my question is, do parents still check book bags before their child go to school in the morning? Do the teachers check book bags when the child arrives at school in the morning?
Yeah.
Or should that be a thing?
Yes.
Well,
I guess that's my question that I'm asking. Are we checking on our babies? Or are we just sending them off for thinking that the book bag was good from the time that, you checked it the day before?
That's good. Go ahead, Dad.
so I come from a military background, DL, and we call it muzzle discipline. And what that means is you always got to know where your weapon is pointed at all times, whether it's loaded or unloaded. And you never want it to even accidentally point at someone. What I will, and when I say that is, there are some people that are very lax with their weapons, and they just got them anywhere. For instance, DL, how many times have you gotten home with all your kids, and then you just kind of scooping up everything, trying to make one trip into the house. So you just, if it's an open container, it's an open bag, you just throwing stuff in it so you can go up in the house. So if I have a loaded weapon, if it was under my seat or if it was in the little side thing on my in the vehicle in the little cubby hold, I just throw it in a bag to go in the house because I'm just trying to get everything in. Maybe it's even raining outside. At the end of the day, because I'm hoping that this kid, it was not intentional for the kid. I don't know this, but it goes back to the parent. It always comes back to the parent, and what you did or what you did not do, you are accountable. And all I can say is there are some people that are very lax with their weapons. And some of us, we get a little lazy with our weapons. You don't always want to put that trigger lock back on it. You don't want to put it in the higher crevices where it should be, away from where the kids can be. You don't have that thumbprint safe or that combination safe to put your weapon in. And so it comes back to us. We're not always doing the best things with our weapons.
Mm-hmm. As far as the question of checking and all that stuff, no, could be better. Mine aren't with me every day, so I don't have that. But even then, when I do have times where I've taken them to school, did not check before and definitely did not check when they came back. I may ask, do you have homework? Okay, where's that? Go grab it, this, that, and the third. But as far as going through and checking that entire bag, no. And then I'm willing to bet that the average parent doesn't check their kid's bag right when they're getting from the car to the school. So let's say, from the car to school. So they're getting out of the car and they're going to school, or they're getting ready to go to their bus. So that means they're walking from it, because you could check that bag when they first wake up. By the time they've gotten to the door, they've put candy in, they put an extra shirt in, a toy, whatever. So it's one of those things that I think it does go back to the parents' part with what Dap just said, is you got to know where your weapon is. Like, because no amount of checking that bag, if that kid wants to hide it, is going to show that weapon is in there. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, and to their point, I think one of the things we do, we've heard stories about, of course, the story with Deja Taylor, whose 6-year-old child shot a teacher. Everybody, the biggest thing is how did this kid get a hold of this gun? First of all, that's a big problem, because at some point you have to make sure that if you're going to have a weapon in the house, that it's secured, regardless of, whether they're tall enough, initially to get to it and all of that stuff. I think, we've seen instances of people leave their kids in cars, so we know they ain't checking the bags. Oh, yeah. Because the day is just so maniacal. Mm-hmm. And so we've got to start doing that. I've actually talked to her mom, and there's a kid who hasn't gotten a hold of a weapon, thank God, but he's just giving a few kids around there the blues. He's just going around there starting fights and all kind of mess. And so that worries me. And we've gone to his teacher and said, listen, here's a problem, that we need to address. Please address this with his family, because, at some point, we're concerned about that. I don't ever want that to happen for my daughter or anybody else's child. But yeah, I think unfortunately, parents do get very busy, and we do forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, again, the situation of the 6-year-old, that was, again, another Virginia case, unfortunately. But I just wanted to bring that topic, to note that if you are a gun carrier, please be responsible. Mm-hmm. Please, check with your children, have those difficult conversations with your child. Because, again, kids are being bullied in school, not saying anything, trying to think that they can handle it themselves, or, feel embarrassed about it. Because when this came across my phone feed, I actually had my grandsons that day, and so we sat down and talked about, what's going on in school, their book bags and everything else. And my kids grew up, I'm checking that book bag. As soon as you get off the bus, where's your book bag? Before you left for school, I was that parent, because I didn't want to get a phone call saying, something had happened. And my kids get over on me a couple of times because I had a small chihuahua, and they ended up sneaking the chihuahua out the house to school. That's when I've learned to check them book bags, But it just breaks my heart to know that children, are getting hold of things like this.
Yeah.
And thankfully nothing happen.
It's
You know,
it's a little bit of the.
Where they
I'm sorry.
bring folks, please check the child, check the bag, you know, have those conversations. We don't need any more school shootings. We don't need any more unnecessary deaths out here to our babies.
Right.
Amen to that. Go ahead, Dad.
No, I just think it's us. It's the culture nowadays. Everything is instantaneous, right? We want everything like now. So for gun owners out there who are listening, it's all right. We're not in the Wild West. You're not about to get jacked, fool. If you can't get to that weapon as quick as you think that you need it, it's all right. I mean, when's the last time you actually needed it? So if you got to make 2 moves to get the weapon, I think you'll be okay. But we as gun owners need to do better when it comes to gun storage and safety, because if that kid has access to it, let's just be glad that that's the worst that happened, is that it was found, because things go off sometimes. I mean, there are plenty of instances where people have made mistakes and they're adults and they've had accidental discharges. So just think about what could happen with a kid. But I might be spitting into the wind, because I don't know if a lot of other people from here going forward are going to do the proper things when it comes with their weapons.
Cool. DL, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
No problem. Be blessed.
All right. Take care. Be blessed. Thank you.
Man, that's a tough topic.
Tough one. That's a tough one. You know, and I never thought I would see the day where we had, you know, kids that young, you know, even putting their hands on these things.
Yeah.
That's scary to me, man. It really is. That's scary to me. That's, you know, and it's like, okay, do you blame it on parenting? Do you blame it on, you know, just access? Just, it's an accidental thing. It just happened. You know, one of those type situations.
There's a host, like it could be stuff where it's education. I mean, you need to communicate the severity of this, what this is, what this tool is, however you term it. Also, there's a knowledge thing. So you have to understand, they have to understand how serious it is, what it can do, what it's capable of, what could happen to me, what could happen to you. There's so much. It's the parent's supervision. It's the check the backpack, and it's then check your thing, you know, like go and make sure your stuff is still there. And then it's the teacher, and then it's what's the training that they have on that, you know, what education do they have there. It's that whole village concept. If I'm gonna keep beating that one,
it takes a village, son.
It takes a village, because everybody has to have. There has to be a all hands on deck situation there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, because we don't do that anymore. You know, we used to be an all hands on deck situation back in the day. You know, I always talk about back in the day because I'm the OG. But you know, it took a village, because like if somebody outside that wasn't a parent of a child saw a child doing something wrong, be like, yo, y'all need to stop doing that, right? And they got shut down. Nowadays, people don't do that, and even when they do, they get retaliated on. It's like, well, that's not your child. You can't say this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, cool. I'm trying to keep your son and your daughter out of jail. Yep. I'm trying to keep them from getting hurt. Yep. I'm trying to keep them from getting killed. You know, that's kind of where it is. It doesn't, you know, it's not like that now. But, yeah, man, I mean, it does take a village, son.
Hey, you do that, man. I'm talking about, dude. They might come after the parent on that one. I'd imagine they do.
Yeah, they do.
That's that reckless endangerment, whatever. So it's literally communicating with your child, saying, hey, if you do this could put mommy and daddy in a very, very tough spot.
Yes, sir.
Which can in turn put you in a tough spot. And so it's all that central thing. And it's also knowing the difference between if it's an accident or if it was an actual, you know, incident, you know? And it's a tough one, because I worked with kids for the longest, and you have to think about all those things that could potentially be rained down on the caregivers, or it could be, or I guess, care providers and the parents itself.
Facts.
Because what is the story? I'm curious if anybody knows anything about it. Because it was there, they didn't find it until 2. So obviously, in my opinion, the kid didn't bring it out and was like blah blah blah, brandishing it on some negative stuff. So they could have just had it in their backpack. Yeah. Maybe they showed a friend, or maybe they just had it in their backpack and didn't do anything.
Sometimes if it's a preschooler, sometimes the teachers go around and put things in the backpack for the students to take home, because the parents, when we get that kid, we get that folder. We're supposed to review that folder every day and sign off on it.
Right.
So the teacher writes something in and puts the folder back in the bag.
Right.
When you put that folder back in the bag, or you lift up that book bag and you see, man, this has got some
heavy,
dead
got some weight
weight.
to
It's
it.
heavy.
Yeah.
What is going on? The water bottle's right there. That's not in it. Why is this so heavy? Or maybe when you put it in there, your hand grazes against it. But those could be some of the reasons. You open it wide to put your item in, and then you see it at the bottom. There's a lot of instances. You guys remember, does the name James Crumley ring a bell?
Very familiar. Very familiar.
That James Crumley, who bought the gun used by son to kill 4 students, guilty of manslaughter in Michigan. So that's legal precedent. We're getting to the point now where the family, the parents are about to start being held liable for the actions of their kids.
Yeah.
And in this case, the son did that mass shooting in Michigan, but the dad is now going to jail, manslaughter. And so we're going to get to that point. So parents, y'all don't have to listen to us right now. Thank you, DL, for this topic. Y'all don't have to listen to us. You'll listen when you judge. Was it judged by 12?
That'd be judged by 12 and carried by 6.
You about to find out. And then you're going to be like, dang, man, I remember when them boys did talk about that on the morning grind. I should have done better.
It's a situation where you're like, well, they're their own kid. And I was like, yeah, but they're still your kid. And also, where did it come from? And it doesn't matter if they went and bought it on their own. Like, where did they get the money from? Where did you keep? I'm going off cases now, but anyways, did you see that your child was having troubles in the weeks leading up to this? Well, they were online. They looked at this message board, all these things, all that stuff just gets thrown back at the parent, and I can't blame it. I don't see a issue with that at all. I'm like, yo, you have to be in charge. You have to at least know.
You got to take accountability.
You have to. Take
You got to say
accountability.
you messed up on 2 fronts.
Yep.
You didn't secure your weapon.
Yep.
And you clearly weren't watching your kid.
Yeah.
Right.
That 6-year-old, I think she said the kid was 6 or 5. That kid had free run of the house.
Yeah.
So you got to go back and relook at your parenting skills, your parenting style, because you messed up.
Yep.
And you got to own it. You can't blame nobody else.
That mess up could have cost a lot.
You got to be the parent. You gotta be the parent, and I've seen a lot of parents not be parents, and it's like, okay, wow, you really can. I remember I was in line at Target one time, and I saw this 10-year-old boy, like, you know how you buck up on somebody like you're gonna take a swing.
Yep.
I saw him do that to his mom, and I was
What?
like, boy, if I'd have done that to Jan Warfield, I would not be sitting here today.
No.
I would have been gone. I'd been gone before. My mother did not play that. You know, she commanded a certain amount of respect, and at some point, I think parents need to do that. We've got to do that.
Wait, hypothetically though, if she would have done that and taken you out, you think she would have adopted me though in your place?
No.
Dang.
No,
right.
because she loved me too much to replace me.
All
But she
right.
didn't love me. She loved me enough to whoop my behind. If I'd have bucked up to her in Target, that was not happening. All right, fellas, time to get out of here. Any last words? And we're gonna make room for the professor. Any last thoughts, comments, et cetera, et cetera?
In the words of a gentleman from Mississippi, they got caught up. If there's cameras around, they watching.
Man,
Yeah.
he's messed up. I can't believe that's a real thing, but it
They
is though.
watching.
They always watching. The cameras is always there. Big Brother is always in the sky. No, man, nothing really much. You guys want to come check out some shows, man? Look up your boy Simply Courtney on Instagram. I am Simply Courtney. Got some really cool shows coming up. As always, nothing new. If you want to listen to a comedy album, all you can talk about streaming everywhere. Also, download the thing on DistroKid. I don't know how to plug that, but
DistroKid. I didn't know you was working with DistroKid. That's pretty cool.
That's where we're at, man.
That works. Now spell it simply for him.
Simply spelled SYMPLY, and then Courtney COURTNEY.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, of course, Dap Dub with Fans View on Friday, the sports show from 10 to noon. Be here. Yeah, know what I mean?
And we're going to cover it all.
Yes, sir.
We had a caller that called in and she said, I love your show. I love hearing you guys talk sports. We have listeners that they're not even into sports.
Yeah.
But they like how we break it
They
down
like,
and how we talk about it. And that's what we trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, we could be geeky about it. We can talk stats and but we explain. We like to talk the stories behind it. And we also bring in the human element to make sure that you're